Hey folks, Mike and McGee here. Today we got 3 great big old Canadian geese. These are some big old whoppers. We've got an interesting plan we're going to try to do. I've been watching a channel called Two Guys in a Cooler, and they really are growing their channel big time right now. And they know so much about curing meat, making all kinds of prosciutto, pancetta, all this different stuff. And I've learned a little bit about it. I've seen them make duck prosciutto. I want to try to make goose prosciutto, and since I don't have a special curing chamber like he's got, I'm going to have to do things a little different, but let's get started and see if it works. All right, once you get these feathers plucked back, we're just going to skin these out. All right, we made it to the kitchen. We got our goose breasts filleted off. We plucked them so that the skin is still on there. That's very important because prosciutto takes fat. So we've got our clean goose breasts weighed. They each weighed 1.1 pound, almost to a T. So we're going to take them. Our total is 4.4 pounds. So what that helps you know is how long to cure it, because the rule of thumb on curing meat is 1 pound equals 24 hours of curing. So that's going to make it pretty easy. Now on this prosciutto, and you're probably thinking, McGee, you've gone plumb prosciutto crazy, and I think I might have. I've got this dream in my mind of what it's going to taste like. It may not turn out anything like what I think. By the time this video is over, we will know. But I'm going to use salt, I'm going to use black pepper, I'm going to use fennel seed, and I'm going to use sugar. And this sugar is a 1/3 cup of sucanat, which is a very soft sugar, unrefined, and it absorbs easily. So the first thing we're going to do is salt, and this is not sea salt, although it is in a sea salt container. This is pink Himalayan salt, and I am going to just put it heavily on here, just like that. I'm going to rub it all in good and flip it. Now we're going to do it again. Now we're going to sprinkle our sugar on there. We want fennel just to give it a little extra flavor. Going to have some of that in there. Now we're going to put our black pepper on it. Now what we're going to do is put all this in a gallon Ziploc bag and seal it up with as little air as possible. I don't happen to have a vacuum sealer, but this here will work almost as good. Now to ensure that no animals, critters of any kind can get a hold of this and chew through this bag, I'm going to put it in an ice chest that already is full of salt. Now we're going to leave this soaking in this bag, curing in this salt for about 25 to 26 hours, and then we're going to get it out and begin the next process. All right, let's get this opened up and see what we got here. First thing that hits me is the beautiful aroma of the fennel seed and the black pepper. And boy, it smells good. For this recipe, we're not going to wash them off. We're just going to pat them off dry. We're going to pat them as dry as we can because now drying is the name of the game. All right, the next step in this process, we're going to take each one individually and wrap it in cheesecloth. All right, next you're going to wrap the cheesecloth as tight as you can around it, twist the end, and using butcher's twine, you're going to secure that end. You're going to double it over and make a loop and tie it again. Then you're going to come up through, and about every 2 inches you're going to wrap the meat. Finally, at the end, you're going to twist the end of your cheesecloth and you're going to tie a knot, and this is what you're going to hang it with. Now you can see the loop. You hang it like that in a place that's going to stay fairly cool. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of these, and I'll see you in the summer kitchen. That's where we're going to hang them. All right, this is the summer kitchen. We are basically outside, screen-in porch area. I am going to hang these right here. Once I get these hung up, we're just going to walk away. In 7 days, we're going to come back, check them, and see. We're going to weigh them and see if we can get about 30% weight loss. That's the key. We'll see you in a week. All right. We got this prosciutto out of the summer kitchen. We had it hanging there for a week. And so now we're going to cut this open and see what we got. All right, let's cut into this thing and see what it looks like in the middle. Wow, look at that. That looks good. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna crank the generator and use this slicer, and we're gonna cut some thin slices and see how it tastes. All right, guys, let's try this Goose prosciutto. We've never, ever made this or tasted this. I'm gonna cut everybody a little piece here. This actually looks pretty good. I don't know what the flavor's gonna be like. Here, Frank, Matt, Joe, Caleb. You got it in your mouth? You ain't even eating it, son. He don't want to eat it. I'm tasting salt. I'm tasting goose. Frank said he don't like the goose taste that much. I like it myself. It actually does not have a rancid taste like I thought it would. Who wants more? Frank wants more? Son. Now there's something about this dark meat that is really good for curing and making this type of prosciutto stuff with. I laid the sugar to it. As you saw, I put the salt first because that's the most important. Then I put a layer of sugar on it. And it does have a hint of sweetness. Now it's not just super sweet, but it tastes amazing. The fennel seed and the black pepper is just really good. If I was going to do anything else to it, I would maybe throw some coriander seed in there or something, but I just didn't happen to have coriander seed. But that is really good. I'm going to cut some more, and it's not tough. It's very tender, easy to chew. The skin is like a layer of very tender fat. I mean, it's just It's just that good. The fact that we're gobbling it up like this tells you something. Frank, did you want another piece?
Need one more piece.
One more piece for Frank. Well, folks, I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with this. We got 3 more just like this out there. I don't think it's gonna be no problem eating it up. I think we're gonna have it eat up before you know it. Now folks, what I'm really trying to do here is I want to somehow convince you, do not be intimidated by trying new things. A lot of these things have to do with survival and curing food to store for the long term. We just don't know how to do that anymore. Our society doesn't know how to do that anymore. Even off-grid living people don't know how to do this anymore. This right here was very easy to do. It was just something new. We never did it before. So folks, don't be intimidated to try new stuff. It is a new experience. It's a good experience. You can look all over YouTube and the internet for different recipes to do this. Don't just have to go by my recipe. But if you get a chance to try this with a tame duck that you raised yourself or purchased, or a wild duck or goose that you're able to go out and harvest, try this method. This is a wild one, so it's got to be probably the wildest tasting version that we can get, and it was good. So I can tell you, for us, we love it. We're gonna do it again. We like to hunt, we like to raise geese and ducks ourselves as well, so there's no telling where we're gonna go from here, but that's all we've got for you today, and we really appreciate you. We hope you have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.